What is factual causation versus proximate causation in personal injury? Imagine you're walking down the street and someone runs a red light, hitting you. You might wonder, was their action the real reason I got hurt? That's where the ideas of factual and proximate causation come into play. Factual causation asks a simple question. If the defendant hadn't done what they did, would the injury still have happened? It's like asking, but for their actions, would I be injured? For example, if a driver runs a red light and hits a pedestrian, the injury would not have happened if the driver had obeyed the traffic rules. That shows factual causation. It's about the direct link between the breach of duty and the injury. Proximate causation is a bit different. It looks at whether the injury was a reasonable or foreseeable result of the defendant's actions. Even if the drivers running the red light caused the injury, the law considers if the injury was something the driver could have expected. If the injury was too remote or unlikely, the defendant might not be held responsible for that part. For example, if the driver's red light violation led to a minor injury, but then an unrelated event caused a serious injury later, the law might say the driver isn't responsible for that second injury. In personal injury law, these two ideas work together after establishing that the defendant owed a duty of care and breached it. First, you show that but for the breach, the injury wouldn't have happened. Then, you prove that the injury was a natural and foreseeable consequence of that breach. Let's say a worker spills oil on the floor and doesn't clean it up. Someone slips and breaks their arm. The factual causation is clear because the spill directly caused the fall. But if the injury was extremely severe or unexpected, the court will ask if such an injury was foreseeable. If it was, then proximate causation is satisfied. If not, the defendant might not be held responsible for the full extent of the harm. Understanding both types of causation helps ensure fairness in personal injury cases. It makes sure that defendants are only held responsible for injuries that are directly linked and reasonably predictable from their actions. This balance keeps the legal system just and clear about who is liable for what.